Hey there, so in this video I'm going to talk to you guys about writing introductions for your essays. Introductions can be really tricky, and that's why I often recommend that students start with thesis statements and then jump right into body paragraphs. Once you have your body paragraphs done, it starts to give you a sense of what your evidence is, the shape of your essay. It helps you solidify your argument. And at that point, it becomes a little bit easier to write your introduction. So I recommend body paragraphs first, or thesis, then body paragraphs, and then introduction. I know some students really struggle with that. So if you're one of those students like, I need my intro first, that's where I sort out my ideas. Go for it, write your intro first. Here I'm just going to talk you through what an introduction is and what it should look like for essay number 1. So your introduction is the first paragraph in your essay. Really the goal of the introduction is to provide some context for the reader, give them some background information, ease them into your thesis statement, and then give them your thesis statement. Introduction paragraphs can change depending on how long your essay is. If you're writing a 25-page paper, then your introduction is going to be a lot longer than if you're writing a 1-page essay, right? For a 5-page essay, the introduction can be as short as about half a page, and then as long as about 3/4 of a page. That's probably a good size for an introduction for a 5-page paper. The first thing that you want to start with is a hook, and that's like the portion where you try to like draw your reader in, make them excited about your essay. There's lots of ideas for using a hook. You can use an anecdote, personal experience, interesting fact, shocking statistic, relevant quote. You can technically use rhetorical questions. I always feel like it sounds like an infomercial. Do you want to know more about college? Right? Like it just sounds like an infomercial to me. So personally, I don't love rhetorical questions, but you technically can use them. After you give your hook, you want to provide an overview of the topic, right? Some background information. So, for example, with this essay, we're talking about growth mindset, fixed mindset. You'll want to give definitions of that, like introduce those concepts, right? Talk about like what does it mean to have an internal strength or an internal challenge? What does it mean to have an external support or an external challenge? Like what do those things mean? What do those terms mean? So that's like just some background information for your readers so they know exactly what you're talking about. Next, you'll move into an overview of your argument. What are you trying to say? Right? With this essay, you're trying to talk about your personal experiences in connection to the readings and making that an argument. So you'll want to provide some background information on yourself maybe and your personal experiences and then lead into your argument. The last thing of the introduction, this is the last sentence of your introduction, is your thesis statement. It needs to go at the very end of the introduction. Like that's the standard place for it. That's where people know where to look for it. So at the end of your introduction, you'll provide your thesis statement. Take a quick look at the intro here, outline. Your hook could be 1 to 4 sentences. Let's say you're going to use an anecdote. That's going to be maybe 4 sentences. Let's say you use, a shocking statistic, like 52% of students wanted to drop class at one point. That would be 1 sentence, right? So it can be anywhere from 1 to 4 sentences or so. An overview of a topic needs to be longer, especially for something like this. We have new concepts, we have your personal experience, you're doing a lot of stuff in this essay. So you need to provide, a more detailed overview of the topic. Then you'll lead into your argument, maybe 2 to 4 sentences, talking about external or internal factors that are going to contribute to your success or make challenges for you. And then, like I said, you'll wrap up with your thesis statement, and that needs to be 1 to 2 sentences. All right, so that's what we're looking for in terms of an introduction for this essay. This also will apply to additional essays and essays for other classes as well. So this same template will be useful kind of across your academic career. Let me know if you have questions.